don't shoot. Shh. For your own good. There are rare bears in this area. Oh. You don't understand my dialect. Well, I'm sorry. But, for your own safety, traveler, for your own safety, calm yourself. You look lost. Shh. What is a raspberry? Well, a raspberry. Put the two words together, it's definitely not a friendly, cuddly friend that you want to meet, right? I'm telling you, traveler, you and I are going to want to be very quiet. I'm sorry, have you never seen a draconian before? Yes, that's what I am. I am a draconian. Homo sapiens draconius, just as homo as you are. I am originally from Albino, like all draconians, but I grew up here on this moon. We are looking for the frenzy. Well, first things first, you must be lost, so I'm going to help you with that. Secondly, you look injured. You do? Yes, you do. Don't sass me. I know you look injured. Are you not stupid? You poor thing. May I touch? I don't want to hurt you. I just want to help. You look so frightened. Why are you so afraid? Is it because you're racist? No. Because technically we're the same species. It's a slightly different species in this debate, okay? I get it, I know there's a debate between scientists about draconians and chemosynths and other humanoids are all the same species, but basically if we're not the same species, we're just different subspecies, okay? Maybe one step removed from races. Either way, my face shouldn't be the problem. The problem should be you all waving your gun all up in the air. Who needs a flare pistol that, well, as I said, there are raspberries in this area. Okay? I know I keep looking over your shoulder because I want to make sure that we are safe. Let's look at the medical injuries first, shall we? Did you crash? When you crashed, did you lose consciousness? Did you hit your head? Which one of you did you hit your head? Poor thing. Let me come just a bit closer. There's a bunch of things in the jets. Such a disaster. Just come in here. Poor thing. I don't see any bleeding. I don't see any bleeding. I don't drink blood. Why would I drink blood? That's disgusting. Your questions are so disconcerting. Where are you from? Oh, I forgive you then. I can forgive you for being a bit ignorant if you come from such a small moon. That's why you're asking how you can find a frenzy when you don't know. Well, let me ask you something. Have you got any most important question. If you want to find the friendship, I don't think so. Let's focus on your medical exam so that I can beat you up for your intolerance later. It's okay, I'm gonna beat you up before then. The poor baby animal. The poor baby person. Okay. It's going to be okay. I am here now, and I am a very, very good friend to have in these parts anyway. Of course you don't mean that. I keep checking. I keep looking away from you because I am worried. Your ship doesn't look very good. All the navigation unit is completely destroyed. And you know nothing of the planets outside of your home. So to you, I'm some kind of terrifying alien. Also, you only heard about the first few unrestricted broadcast. You're the first of your planet to leave, though that can't be true. We are Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens have been all over the galaxy for a while. It's so uncomfortable, these leaves and things. I'm in a little bit of pain myself, but let's take care of you first. Oh, it's nothing. I just had to flirt off 3 stupid soldiers on my way here. There are grown soldiers in these parts, and you don't want to meet them if you are interested in meeting the holiday. Oh, I will try to speak very clearly, very close to your ear. I don't understand why you can't hear me very well. What did you say about my teeth? Excuse me. Apology accepted. Okay. You didn't hit your head. You didn't lose consciousness. Do you have nausea or vomiting? Changes in your vision? In your seeing abilities, changes in that? No. Okay. Personality changes, or will you always lame? I'm sorry. That is not a nice thing to say. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I like to play and look, you see. I do. No. Yes, something. We need to go in with the exam. How's your neck? Can you move it in all directions for me? Okay. I can accept that. A little sore with blood. Let me touch the back of your neck here. Okay, and your spine. Just a lot along your spine. And then on the other side, touch along the spine. Touch along the spine. This is because I don't want you to have a broken vertebrae. Exactly. Let's see what was next. Any other bleeding? Any other pain? We better do so. Let me check your whole arm here. Okay. No blood. Whole arm here. No blood. Before we continue, let me get some gloves. Yes, even I should not be sharing germs. Should not. As nice as I am technically an alien to you, and you are technically an alien to me, so. Did you have any kind of vaccines before you left against most common extraterrestrial infirmities? No vaccinations. Because your planet doesn't know any extraterrestrial infirmities. Well, before you immediately die, let me protect you, because this is your first time off your world. You need an injection immediately. Give me a moment. I have a box. Just in case I meet somebody. It happens. It's a public health issue. People from small worlds who don't have experience. It's not your fault. Just one little needle. It's very small. Very, very small. Very small. And then look it over here. And this should protect you against the most common human illnesses that we share across the galaxy. One shot does it all. You'll feel tired throughout the day, but I can watch over you during that time. It's just very important before you go any traveling that you are safe. Oh yes, entire populations have been wiped out by a visitor with one immune system coming and bringing their diseases to a population with different immune systems. So I'm sorry, I know my hair is a disaster. No, it's naturally these colors. Well, some of us have much more raised ridges on our faces and much sharper teeth. I look a little bit more Homo sapiens-like than most of us. Most of us are a little more, well, draconian. No, not a dragon. No one has dragons down there. Dragons are the animals that we and the Homo sapiens albino rely on for food, farming, all those kind of things. Yes, of course. Okay, just a quick little injection right here. It's okay. You can squeeze my finger if you want to. Don't make that sound. That's a weird sound. Okay, all done. With your human immunity. It is true, it is strange to let a total stranger inject something in you, but the alternative is to die. Really, the alternative is to die. So, I will teach you about the galaxy. Let me finish checking it. So, taking this arm, and just check your chest here. No blood on my hands. And his leg, and down here on this leg. Okay, your back. We need to know exactly your back. And then I saw you walk. That's why I was coming over here. You were limping a little bit. You don't have any bleeding on the leg, and you seem to be able to walk. But maybe you've damaged something that needs imaging. I saw you walking on it, so maybe it's a sprain. Let me check your knee a little bit. Did you smash the knee against the dashboard? Let me pull it out a little bit. And push back. I turn and extend your knee, and I'm just gonna rotate here and check the patella. Okay. I'm gonna lift and drop. Drop your knee a little bit down. Okay. So there's no valgus or various changes. Your anterior collateral ligament appears to be fine. Your posterior collateral ligament appears to be fine. I see some pain. When you were walking, I didn't. So, you might have a small stress fracture in the tibia, perhaps. I'm not sure. Your knee seems alright. Rotate the ankle. We could do more on this knee for sure. Let me feel over here. What was that? No. Oh, come on, don't be a butt. Don't be a butt. Let's take a look. Okay. I don't know, but I think that you got some stress fractures, perhaps, in this tibia, and I think you should ice them and avoid running and fighting on them for a little while. The knee joint itself seems to be fine. You didn't feel anything pop out. Okay. Poor thing. It's amazing with a crash like that you got away with. So we should check you for internal bleeding. We should monitor you because your spleen, the spleen is the most commonly ruptured organ in a traumatic incident. I don't see any abdominal bleeding, but let me just palpate your belly real quick. Just palpate. Does it hurt here in the left upper quadrant? Little bit, not really. Everything hurts. Okay. Let me observe you, and if we see bleeding there, we can cut your spleen out. There's other surgical solutions. Certainly we can give you more blood. I have blood. I do have it, not for eating, but for taking care of people. And we can manage that, and I can maybe get you a surgical specialist if necessary, but that'll be difficult out here in the middle of nowhere. So let's hope that's not what it is, and we just keep giving you blood, okay? But we'll watch for that kind of internal damage. Yes. I know, I keep looking behind you because I'm worried. I am allowed to be worried, okay? You silly human. Alright. You need a tour of the galaxy real quick. Let me show you, and then we'll put you to bed. Looks right for you on this since your navigation system is up. There is not going to be like an actual map, but what I can do is get some navigational chips installed as I'm writing. Yes, it's a form of nanotechnology. Literally, this is not paper, it's papier. And you can plug it into your system, and so the information that I have coded with my encoding pen should be able to share rough latitudes and longitudes with you from my database. Exactly. I keep my holopen is connected at all times to all of the light waves and light channels and so forth, ways for collecting information, interwebs, all the things. Well, that's just me. You gotta be prepared if you want to be ahead, I guess. So, let me show you. Alright, so let us take a look. So the number of planets in the solar system near each other. Really, it's 3 main solar systems that are predominantly, mostly inhabited. Okay. So, I'm not a very good artist. Would say this is some sun the savages is what some people would call them, but I don't see why. I think that seems very rude and unkind. But there's a race of humans that have a symbiotic relationship with draconians. And the humans there and the draconians alternate care of various dragon herds. Up further north there's a lot of plains, there's a lot of volcanoes here in the center, and dragons live here. The further north you go, the colder and more unlivable it gets, and you only have Pegasus herds. And then eventually you have almost nothing. So that's Alpino. All of this is in a contested zone. Contested zone. The Spaces Treaties ensured that to protect the decisions of the independent planets, neither the Grow nor the Vengeful may participate in military action outside of the contested zones. So outside of the contested zones, the war is fought primarily through diplomacy. But within the contested zones, there's a lot of intrigue, and, well, even outside the contested zones, in the uncontested or undecided zones, there's still a great deal of intrigue and secret assassinations and other things like that the Grow and try to pretend that they don't do, but they actually do. So, that is where you really want to go if you want to join up with the fallacy. We are a very long way away. A very long way. I'm not going to explain to you how distance works in space, as I understand that you and your navigation system should be able to have it, and I don't know this exact number, but don't worry, when you encode this into your computer, as messy as it is, the pen land-based, like cloud life forms. And you must live inside a host, like a shell, or perhaps a spacesuit, an atmosphere suit, something. And if they leave Scaly, because only on Scaly is the gravity great enough to keep their very disparate bodies all together, since they are almost a gaseous being. And so off Scaly they must all wear suits all the time. But a significant amount of trade and energy is run because they're Scaly. Now we are in the third solar system right here. And this solar system is a number of small moons on the various planets. And we are on one of these moons here. We are on this one. We're on this one. This is the Bond Lizard homeworld. Also known as Forge. I forget sometimes if the Bond Lizards originated on Forge or somewhere else, but they are certainly known to inhabit the Forge. I think the thought is that their actual homeworld is one of these moons. And of course there are a number of other reptilian moons here orbiting this largely uninhabited planet. So, there's other planets, but essentially most of life and living that we know of in the galaxy takes place in these three solar systems, orbiting around each other in space. So, I don't know if that's a useful lesson or not, but if you want to find the fallacy, you could go here. If you want to find the quote-unquote centers of civilization, well, that's generous, I think, to say. You would want to go here. You would never want to go here without proper equipment and training, because you would instantly die, because it is a gas giant and it would crush your ship. The gravity would be far too much, so, your best bet is to make a beeline towards B2, or not B2, or Alpino if you want to be dangerous. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but the thing is that you should know for now. I mean, an entire planet. You couldn't explore an entire planet in your entire lifetime, so this is a lot. Oh no, it's much more than it appears just with my scribbles. Anyway, so we are here. And if you want to join the frenzy, there are outposts in various places, but you'll probably want to start searching with the most heavily congested. Oh, Revlon, I almost forgot Revlon. Revlon, where's Revlon? Revlon is here. This is yours. A galaxy's a big place, isn't it? Ready? You will be better off with all this knowledge than you were before. Without it, I am certain. Of course, of course. Let's get you to rest. Let me just look at your yeah. I can just help you relax. You've got a lot going on. I can stand guard for you and watch and make sure that the spleen is okay. And we'll be alright. We'll be alright. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we had to meet this way. But I think in the end, we'll be very glad that we met. Absolutely. I will prepare some food by the fire. I will prepare a fire in the first place. And then, I have to manage my hair. Of course. Well, thank you. I'm glad to have mentioned you. It is going to be alright. I know you don't have much choice because you're lost and stranded and don't have any food and don't know where you are. But choice or not, I'm very glad that you have entrusted me with a little bit of your care. Well, there are benefits to living out here. Benefits that I certainly know. No. Oh, you'll be alright. Sleep well.
Neodymium Exodus drops October 20. This Sci-Fi Medical ASMR paid for by patrons. If this helped you help someone else, there's a list of causes at becominghero.ninja. And if you need more help or you just want some bonus gifts, please check out all the cool links in the description for mental health resources or free science.